know what you know, always learn to give your 100%. Guys, let me tell you, the key to self-confidence is when every time you go to sleep, you don't question the kind of work you've done. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you guys are back. For the new subscriber, welcome back. I see new subscribers every day and I'm so thankful you guys are here. Join this family where we talk about money, we talk about finances, leveling up your life through personal development. So if you're interested, kindly join us. So today I'm gonna keep it very nice, short and sweet. I'm talking about the key to self-confidence as a feminine woman. And let me tell you guys, I speak from a place of experience, because I have been in certain situations that were not so pretty, and the reason why I found myself in those situations is because of lack of self-confidence. Okay, so I decided, let me share a few of the things I have learned of being a confident woman and staying in your power. Okay, so number one, the key to self-confidence is knowing yourself deeply. Okay, what this means is staying with yourself even through the uncomfortable, through even the most uncomfortable truth about yourself. Okay, because it's only by staying with yourself, understanding yourself, your core essence, who you are, even when people are not watching. What kind of a person are you? That is what is going to help you show up authentically, show up as this person. Okay, there is always the part of you that you like as a person, and there's a part of you that you don't like you're always like, if that person was to show up, I don't think I would be comfortable, because she's not pretty in the sense of probably you show up a certain way that you would not want. So we tend to silence that part of us that is not pretty in the eyes of people. Okay, so one of the things I have learned is to reconcile the part of you that is beautiful and the part of you that is ugly. And let me give you an example. I said this I've said it so many times. I am not an angry person. I have always dissociated myself with angry people. I don't like people who are angry. I can't stand them. I can't I don't want to be in the same room with such people who become so angry and they lash out and all those things. So something happened in my life, and I am telling you, for the first time in my life, I felt anger go to the surface, and I'm like, I don't like that part. I have never liked that in anyone. How can I become angry? So anytime I felt angry, I feel previously, if I felt angry, I used to silence her, we are not angry people. I'm not saying I'm angry, I'm an angry person, but the fact that even the emotions of anger being evoked in me was such an uncomfortable thing for me to be around. So anytime I felt angry, even the slightest, I will go and sort of dim. Now I get so annoyed now, because I realize it's inevitable for people to annoy you. So I'm like, Julia, reconcile the part of you that doesn't like anger, like this part of you and this part of you, because you have to learn how to accommodate both part of yourself for you to be whole. It's just not the good part of you that makes you beautiful. It's also the part of you that you don't like that actually make you a whole person. I think that's what I'm trying to communicate. Like, learn to love every part of you, the good, the bad. And this is what I'm gonna say. Just because I get those emotions of anger, to allow myself now I'm like, feel the feelings, sit in that situation, because someone has really annoyed you. Like, you can't ignore that person was so unkind to you, and that person was so rude to you in a way that you felt angry. So One of the things I have learned is to sit with those emotions of anger. I'm telling you, I am like, breathe in, rock. If you need to rock yourself out of the anger, just rock yourself out. But they will, feeling what you're feeling is okay. This is a good thing also I've learned. Also, because we know from the word of God that you can feel angry. The only problem is for you to go to bed when you're angry. So I have to reconcile at the end of the day and tell myself, you felt angry, but you, as long as you don't take action on your anger, you can feel the feelings, because you can't deny that someone made you angry, but you can choose how you react and how you act on those emotions. So feel the anger, but don't lash out or do something that you're going to come back and feel bad about it. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Reconcile both part of you, the good part of you and the ugly part of you, to say so. Like, you know, we say there's always that part of you that you don't even want people to know. Okay, that is one of the key to self-confidence, because now I know if I ever get angry, I'm like, yeah, why are you angry? Because 1 2 3 4. What can you do about it right now? Feel it, but do not take action on when you're angry. You can wait it for it to fizzle down, and then now you go back and see how you can reconcile that situation coming from a very sober, level-headed place instead of an angry place. Okay, that's number one. Number two, one of the things that is a key to self-confidence is setting boundaries. Let me tell you, for my people who refuse to set boundaries, we are here because it's just an uncomfortable situation. It's so hard to set boundaries, especially around your friends, your family. You know, someone can be doing these things for so many years, and you're just like, I hate when they do that, but you don't know how to say or set a boundary. When someone crosses a certain boundary, and one of the things I learned is, I never used to know. I will ask, like, when do I set boundaries? How do I know someone has crossed a boundary in my life? But when I started listening to myself, listening to my body, like, I will know, like, that was not okay. Why did that person say that? Why did they, like, I will feel, my body will indicate that a boundary has been crossed. Okay, so you if you're very in tune with yourself, you get it. You know that person has really, they have crossed the boundaries with you. You know what they have said or done is unacceptable. Okay, or one of the key to self-confidence is to just say when a boundary has been crossed. How you say it is important, because someone else can be willing to receive it or not receive it. But I feel like it's okay to say, I feel you have crossed the boundary here. Yeah, or someone has an entitlement of always sharing your life. For example, you're meeting up in a group of friends or in a group of family, and there's this person who always shares your life before even being asked. So they talk about you as if you're not there, but you're there. So you see that is something that probably you have. I'm just using it as an example. So that can be one of the things that you have noticed. So I think the best thing is to just make sure you call them aside and tell them, I feel really uncomfortable when you share about my issues when I'm not ready to share. Yeah, so I feel, so that you continuously learn how to not allow people to keep crossing your boundaries. Okay, that's number two. Number three, confidence is to close the doors to bad relationship. If a relationship was bad, a bad, when I say bad relationship, I mean in all spheres of life. Like, it was a relationship with a friendship, a relationship in a family setup, a relationship with a romantic relationship. Okay, learn to close those doors. Let me tell you what bad relationship or people who treat you badly do is, they treat you badly and probably they leave you. Okay, then it's upon you to either make sure that door was closed or not. If you keep leaving that door open, the person who abused you or someone who treated you bad, they will keep coming back to check if the door was locked. So if you don't lock the door, they will come and do the same thing they did last time. Okay, so learn to, if a relationship was bad, you tried your best to actually communicate how that relationship was making you feel. When that relationship is done, please learn to close those bad, if because they will keep coming, messing you up. And every time someone who has learned how to abuse you in whatever way, they come back, they leave you destroyed. So you take another 3 months to recollect yourself of what they have said or what they have done. Then you work on yourself, you heal yourself. Then because you left the door open, they come back and again they destroy you. Then you have to take another 6 months to heal. So I feel for you to be confident, because every time you allow this person to come back and do the things, you keep beating yourself. Like, so I know this person is not good for me. I know this person did this thing because they know I have a soft spot, or I have an incline to always giving them excuses. So they will keep coming back to hurt me. So it actually does more harm to you than the other person, because you're left beating yourself down. Why did I let this happen? How could I not see this? Okay, so if a relationship is bad, when you pick yourself, remember to also make sure that door is locked and the key thrown to the sea. I don't know. Another thing to self-confidence is to respect your body. And when I say respect your body, I'm talking in the sense of if you're in a romantic relationship, if you're starting to date, when you know that your body is a temple of the Lord and that the Holy Spirit reside within you, then you will sort of not put yourself in a position where you compromise your body and the temple of the Lord. And when I say respect your body, I mean respect your body in how you treat your body, meaning how you feed your body, how you allow your body to rest, the people you allow, the things that you ingest, alcohol, drugs, and all those things. Because when you allow yourself to harm yourself, self-inflict or eat or drink things, it's like you're not respecting your body in one way or another. When you respect your body and respect the temple that the Lord has given you, and the understanding that the Holy Spirit resides within you, you will sort of show up in a different way in this world. Let me take an analogy of, let me give an example of how I feel when you disrespect your body and how it comes out to people, okay? So, for example, assuming, and I'm taking this as an example, assuming there are two kind of people and we're going to give them different cars, okay? So, for example, one of the car is a Lamborghini. Let's say, I don't know, I have actually never even seen that car. I've just seen it on my television or something. So, assuming one is a Mercedes, let's use a Mercedes, okay? So one is a Mercedes E-Class or C-Class. I don't know about that. I don't know about cars so much. And another one is an old car, a Honda, that has stayed for like 15, 20 years, okay? And when I say Honda, I mean like Hondas are really good cars, okay? I'm not saying that the car is bad, but these two people, one has a Mercedes and another one has an old Honda. The one with the whole Honda takes care of the car, washes the car, changes the oil, make sure this car it looks really, really kept, in pristine condition, okay? And the person who has a Mercedes, okay, the outlook of the Mercedes, drinks and open drinks in the car. They leave open chips, bags of chips in the car. They have poured food in the car. Their kids have, messed the car, okay? When you get into these two cars, how they are depends on how you're going to treat these cars, okay? This car might be old, but if you go into this car and see how the condition at which it has been kept, it is so hard for you to take a waste paper and throw or leave a dirty thing in the car, because the owner of the car has left the car in really good condition. This other car that looks like a Mercedes, or this car that is a Mercedes, is not taking care of the car. When you go into the car, guess what? You are going to naturally be inclined to do the same thing that the owner is doing. You might get in when your shoes are dirty. You might chew and leave the thing in the car. You might actually find yourself eating inside the car. But for this other person who has made sure the car is clean, that's how it's going to be received. Okay, so when I say respect your body, it's because when you respect your body, you invite good or bad in your life. Okay, if people come and find that you are a respectable person who is taking care of themselves, they will do the same. They will extend the same thing to you. So respect your body. If you're in a romantic relationship, if you're in whatever relationship you are, or the relationship that you have with food, the relationship that you have with drinking and whatever, just respect your body as a temple in which the Holy Spirit resides. Okay, that's number. I lost count. Another thing that helps you with your self-confidence is learn to not lie. Learn to tell the truth. When you start lying, when you start lying or not telling the truth, you feel like it's such a small thing to do. Okay, but if you continuously lie, you lie to other people, then you start even lying to yourself. Okay, so I think one of the things for self-confidence is to completely stop lying. And when I say stop lying, please remember to have discernment when you're sharing your truth. Okay, and there are truths that don't need to be shared. Okay, but learn to always say the truth, because when you learn to say the truth and to tell people the truth, it sort of also helps you to always also be truthful to yourself. Okay, and let me say something. Have you ever met these people who are always fishy and they're always lying? You're never sure about these people. They lie, they continuously lie. And let me tell you, they have learned to lie so much that even when you ask them, even the simplest thing, like, what were you doing? Even if they were not doing anything wrong, they will lie, because they're so inclined to lying. Like, every time they are just used to lying. They never fully show up as themselves. And those people are always like, you call them, they're here, I'm here. Then if you meet them there, they're not there. Then they're like, I'm here, I have moved, I'm going here. It's such a disturbing place. And I feel like for that reason alone, they don't operate to their best optimum self. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Learn to always say the truth, so that it also become the truth that you live by. Okay, key to self-confidence is master a skill. Okay, so I've come to realize, when you want to show up in your, for example, in your job, in your business, in whatever way, one of the things that will help you show up properly is when you've learned that skill, or you've mastered the art of doing it. Okay, when you know what you know, you show up in a confident way. Okay, so for example, let me give you an example. For example, you don't know a skill, and maybe you go for a job interview. They want people who have done corporate something, auditing. Let's use an auditor. So you show up to this job. Because you don't know about auditing and you have not mastered the skill, there's a possibility for you to appear as if you don't know what you're saying and you know the skill. It's so easy for you to, you know this, you know that, you have done this, you're so good at it. So you show up confidently. Okay, so always master the skill before. When you master any skill, you become confident in that area. Okay, another thing about self-confidence is always learn to give your 100%. Guys, let me tell you, the key to self-confidence is when every time you go to sleep, you don't question the kind of work you've done. You don't question what you have done for that day. Okay, so because it helps you to show up the next day looking better, doing better. Okay, so always give your 100% in whatever area that you're dealing with. Don't show up to only give 20%. Let me tell you what mediocrity, or when you show up in a mediocre way, what it does, it slowly corrodes your values. It corrodes your self-esteem. It corrodes your self-confidence. Why? Because you know the kind of work that you did there was not, you didn't give it your 100%. Okay, so you think it's a game. Okay, you feel like it's a game to show up and give 60%. This thing will come back to bite you, because you continuously give less of what you're supposed to do, but what you don't realize, it goes into your eating into your values and into your self-confidence, because you didn't deliver what you're supposed to deliver. So the worst thing is to joke that you're only going to show up and give your 10% or 20%. It's better you don't show up. Learn not to show up. Another thing of the key to self-confidence is to always have your own back. If there's one thing that I've come to realize, is one of the biggest cheerleader and one of the biggest backup should be yourself. Okay, because every time something goes wrong or goes right, because you have your back, you are there for yourself. You're there to support yourself. You're there to recollect yourself. You're there to learn the lesson that you need to learn. Like, you're there fully for yourself. Then you always come out even in the most difficult situation. Okay, and it gives you confidence to know that I've not left myself. Okay, I am my biggest supporter. I am my biggest cheerleader. I have got my back. I am we are together. We are together in this. Yeah, so that is one of the things that gives you so much confidence. Okay, and the last thing that I'm gonna give as one of the key to self-confidence is to learn how to not self-abandon yourself. My God, haven't we been all here? I don't know. Every time you show up unauthentically, you abandon yourself. And one of the biggest example I can give you to just elaborate this is, for example, if you come to my house and I tell you to remove your shoes from the door so that you can get in. So every time you come to my house, you have to leave your shoes outside to get into my house. That's what self-abandonment is. When you show up in people's life having left something outside. Okay? So you are in these friend groups, but every time you have to meet them, you have to show up as a different person to accommodate this kind of friends. Every time you go to work, by the time you're at the gate, that person has to be left there, and then this other person that has to come and work. Okay, there's a difference between where you protect yourself by not showing up fully. Okay, that only means in a very small, in a continuous process. It's just like a circumstantial way. Like, I'm going to meet these people, I don't know them, so there's a possibility I'm not going to show up fully just to protect myself. But when you continuously leave yourself, part of yourself behind, to show up to people so that they can love you and like you and accommodate you, you self-abandon yourself. And that's why most people, or in most cases, what happens is you become so angry with either those people, or become angry with yourself. Or when you leave that circumstance or that situation, you end up looking for something else to fill in. Like, that's why most people who work in bad jobs, they go in the evening to drink. They are always drinking because they are not showing up authentically as themselves. And they have been doing that for so many times, so they have to look for something to fill in, or to cover that situation where they feel like they have abandoned themselves. Okay, and when you realize that you have self-abandoned yourself, it's good that you go back and reconcile and ask for forgiveness from that person. Okay, like, one of the things that I learned is, because I self-abandoned myself for so long, guys, and one of the things I learned is that person did not trust this person. Okay, you see, like, for example, I have a younger daughter who is 4 years. Can you imagine if that daughter does not trust me to take care of her. The first time it might not be as it will not make sense, okay? She'll not understand what that happens. But imagine if I continuously don't protect her, even when the day comes I want to protect her, she will not trust that I want to protect her. That's what self-abandonment is. You left yourself behind to show up as a different person. So the person you left behind does not trust you to take care of her. So I self-abandoned myself for so long. Every day I ask for forgiveness to that girl I left behind. I abandoned her to show up as a different person, or to be liked, or to be loved, or to be done, whatever it is. So you have to go back and ask for forgiveness, and tell her and continuously remind her that you're not going to ever abandon her for people, okay? So every time I look behind and I'm thinking like, it might take longer for her to trust that I have her back. Not trust me. I'm older. I know better. I will protect her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you have to go back and remind your younger self that you can protect you now, because you know better. You're older. You have learned so many things, so that they start trusting you, so that you can become in oneness. I'm not even a psychologist. That is one of the things that I've said. So you have to go back and pick your younger self, that person you left behind, for people, so that you show up authentically. Okay, guys, I hope this was a short video, but thank you so much for watching. If you want to rebuild self-confidence, please go listen to this again. The key to self-confidence is to understand yourself. The key to self-confidence is to get to a place where you show up authentically as you, okay? So that if you find yourself in a situation where you don't show up as yourself, then please leave those situations. Yeah, if every time you have to show up as a different person than who you truly are, I think those are not good situations. Those are not good friendships. Those are not good relationships. Even if they come from your family, you have to show up as yourself. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.